3 ways to keep a great man from running away. Tell me if this has ever happened to you. You're with a man, you two have been dating a little while. And things feel amazing. He's attractive, kind. And something about the way he looks at you makes your heart just flutter. And he's so interested in taking things further. You're already discussing future fun things to do. Maybe even some weekend trips ahead. But then, things just evaporate. Almost overnight, he is barely responding to texts. Short 1 or 2 word answers. He doesn't ask you out again. Within a week, you've been fully ghosted. Why does this happen? There's a way to turn this all around, but first you have to be very clear on what not to do. 1. Don't be extra nice and chase. If you're a kind, nurturing woman, your first instinct might be to work harder on showing him what an amazing woman you are. You might start texting him funny messages. Or baking cookies. Don't get me wrong, men love home-baked cookies, but if it comes from a woman they're not sure about, it causes them to think things like, she's really sweet, but… And he starts planning his escape, maybe after a couple more cookies. Dr. John Gray talks about something called the rubber band effect. Imagine a man and a woman are 2 movable pegs with a long rubber band around them. When the man wanders off, the rubber band gets stretched and this creates tension. And at some point, he is propelled back to the woman and wants to spend time with her. But if you keep chasing, it creates slack in the rubber band and keeps him running away to create more space. 2. Don't play hard to get. Now, it's easy enough to learn not to chase a man that's becoming distant. Once a woman realizes this, she often will say to herself, okay, 2 can play this game. Then she'll start sending shorter text messages, acting less interested, and assuming he'll miss her and start chasing. This can work at times, but you're playing with explosive dice. When you play hard to get, you run the risk of coming off cold, rude, or even flat-out bitchy. This can make a man who is already a little unsure about you to think, well, she doesn't even seem to like me. I guess I better find a woman who does. Once you realize this, it can feel like a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Because what options are left? 3. Be very careful with questions about the relationship when a woman realizes that chasing doesn't work. But playing hard to get doesn't either. She often ends up taking the most natural option left. She calls him on it and asks what's going on. This is the kiss of death. You may think, hey, men are logical. Shouldn't I straight up ask him what's happening? Yes, men are logical and no, you absolutely cannot ask him what's happening. Unless you are absolutely sure you are asking the question in the right way. The reason for this is something called pressure. Most likely, the man doesn't even know how he's feeling inside. He knows he really likes you but is also questioning whether he's ready to commit. If you don't ask him the right question, he will likely feel like you are putting him on the spot to decide right now. After all, he can't just say I don't know if want to be with you yet, because that sounds too mean. That leaves him a choice between a jumping into a premature commitment or running to the hills for freedom. And when the pressure is on, a man will always choose freedom. So make sure to be very careful with questions because asking the wrong one could be a disaster. Your one solution, the secret solution, is to ask special indirect questions. Things that make his mind ponder what it would be like to commit to you and realize that this is the romance he's been searching for his whole life. These special intrigue questions put on zero pressure and gently guide him into seeing you as the rightful woman of his dreams. It makes dating other women or playing the field seem like a little kid's video game, and not something he wants anymore. He wants to be with you. And now, you can find out how to do this by clicking below. Click the link below for the easy step-by-step method to using intrigue questions to make him choose to be with you forever. Well, that's all for now. Thank you.